And we're back.
And we're back. Good on camera. I'm good. When you first traveled, right? You just on a plane, whatever, and you used to go down south, right? Every summer.
Well, yeah, we used to drive to like Virginia or whatever, yeah.
So, like, do you think like your kid, like, she has it better than you had it, better in terms of opportunities, like better?
Oh, man. Bro, she gets shuttled to school in a German vehicle every day. German engineering. This kid, it's like she would ask me questions like, oh, when you were my age, what did you watch on your iPad? I'm like, well, first of all, we didn't have iPads. And if they did have them, I wasn't going to get one because we was poor. Right? It's like so many things that she sees what her life is. She has no idea about how it was for me growing up. And I try to tell her, like, we didn't have money. Like, we didn't get new things all the time. You know, she'll lose stuff and buy toys and she don't play with them. I'm like, I played with all my toys. First of all, that's all I had. And if I lost them or whatever, like, I ain't have nothing else. And I wasn't getting more.
Yeah. So, like, I do see that, like, I don't remember throwing away food. Like, growing up, the food, this young lady, the drinks, she just, I'm done. Like, the food. And I'm just like, no, like, you gotta finish that. Like, that's...
To this day, I finish my plate. Like, I can't stop eating if there's food on my plate.
Yeah, talk about that, like, comparing what she says. Did you have Amazon back then?
Yeah, like, they think, it's funny because they have no idea of what preceded them, right? So they ask questions. It's good that they ask, but it's like, one time she asked me, did we have like electricity? I'm like, how old do you think I am? Like, what are you talking about?
You grew up with Thomas Edison.
She was like, no, but you was born in the 80s. I'm like, nah, they had TVs and electricity in the 80s. But it's just so funny that the questions that come up about what we had. And
yeah, it's like, but I used to think, like, because my mom, you don't know how good you have it. I had half of an underwear growing up and I had to make it work for the whole year.
I can't front. I be doing that too. The walk to school gets longer every time you tell the story.
You've been walking 85 miles to school? You up to 85?
With no feet. I walked 85 miles to school with no feet. Barely had legs. You know what I'm saying?
Yo, he got me coughing out here. Yeah. So yeah, I and wife always says, you're gonna be that dad. Like, you know, and when I was young, yes, I remember the printer that the Oki data printer and stuff like that. And how do you put things in perspective? Like, I'm not there yet, but how do you tell her you really want to show her? I don't think they'll ever get it, but how do you put things in perspective? Like,
she's never gonna care. That's what that's my, like, I come to realize that. And maybe she will, but this is how I feel. Like, whatever I went through, whatever struggles I had, it's going to be like, oh, yeah, Dad, whatever. I know when you were young, blah, blah, blah. She's never going to care because her life is just so much different. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. How can you, when you took her to Africa, because Africa was a real culture shock for me. It was even up until the last time I went as a grown man. How did she receive that?
Going back to Africa?
Yeah, for her to see Africa, like, oh, this is not America, like, things.
She I think she like adjusted pretty well. I think kids adjust to things like more easily than adults. So we went there, and my wife's family, like, they do well over there. So it's not like, you know, we weren't like in poverty or nothing. Like, we was
Princess Zamunda
house. Yeah, had like one of the aunt's house got a gym in the house. Like, it's
no, not in Nigeria. We did visit some governor's house, and you know, if you know anything about Nigerians and the governors, how much money they steal. But no, that was a culture shock. The no running water, because my mother would tell us. Then I went there when I was 7 in the 80s, and it was no running water. You had to fetch your water. Lights went
from the pump,
from the well. Bring it up with the damn bucket from the well. Yeah. Wake up 6 in the morning, get your bath water ready, and no kerosene as your fuel. lights go out at 8 because the house, that's what the electricity was. Generators. Whew, it was something. I remember crying a lot, and it's like that was the thing that they dangled over my head when I was not behaving well in school. Oh no, you don't want to. You don't want to go because here you had it much more. You had it. I wouldn't say better, but you had it.
It's more convenient.
Convenient, yeah, because people are there, survive, they learn, they do things that they don't do here. But yeah, that was a real shock for me growing up, and that was the best way to put it in perspective for us. Like I can show you better than I can tell you, but all the half an underwear, and I had to work all these hours after school, and you just like,
She worked 26 hours a day?
26, and went to school and stuff like that. And then I said, like I said, I don't want to be that dad, but I see myself doing that because we still grew up pretty, American standards, pretty rough, right?
Yo, there's one story where we went back to school shopping recently. So we gave her a budget. It was like, okay, this is how much money you can spend to get whatever you need. And I asked my wife, I was like, how much money did your parents give you to spend? She's like, I don't know, like $700. I was like, yo, they gave you $700?
Who gave us?
Her parents. So my budget was like $100. I got 4 Echo t-shirts on Flatbush Avenue. Then I went to Old Navy and got like 2 like button-down shirts. So, yo, imagine that's all I got for the year, and maybe a pair of pants if I could swing it. So imagine September, the first week of September, I'm good in my t-shirts, but then it's cold.
Oh yeah.
And I got 2 button-down shirts.
You gotta rotate them. You gotta hope there's a holiday in a week, so you could not repeat it in the same week. I remember, for me, I don't know, man. I guess, whatever. My mom told us delayed gratification. My godmother bought me these canvas Air Force One with the strap.
It was green on the...
There was one of those, but she got me the blue version, summer 95, 7th grade going to 8th grade. And she got it for my birthday. My birthday's in late June. And my mother was like, that's your school sneakers. That's your school sneakers, right? So
How much did your feet grow over the summer?
I get the sneakers. I'm looking at them all summer in the box. I want to wear them. But that was it. I couldn't wear them because she's told me these are your school sneakers. And looking at it now, she needed to help my mom. Like my godmother looked out. She didn't have it like that. And my 2 siblings were in college. So having sneakers was a luxury to her. Like it fit your feet, whatever. So I remember I wore those every day. You know how we was back in the day. You go to school, you play ball after school. I ran them joints through the roof, right? And I'm growing. I went from a size 8 to a size 10 in school, right? And I'm pasting my joints back together like on some like you crazy glue, all of that. I begged my brother promised me. That's when the patent leather Jordans came out.
Ooh, those are my favorite.
Yeah, the 11s came out in '96, and I think it was '96. And he was like, "I'm gonna get you those." I told everybody at the school I'm getting them joints. My brother was in the 11th grade. What was he? How was he gonna give me the Jordans, right?
And why did he tell you that?
Yo, my brother was rest in peace, was a riot, but. I told everybody else getting the patent leather Jordan. I didn't even think about it. My mother wouldn't even let me have Jordans in the house because of what it represented to her. It was like, you got money for that, and your brothers and sisters are in school. What's wrong with you? Like they all, because I wasn't of age to put money in a pot, like to go to college. That's how it was for us, right? Like, but. It wasn't, it's like, you got money for Jordan. Like, yo, you got Jordan money, or everything was Jordans too. Every sneaker, if it was Pippins, they Jordans, because they just.
If they cost more than $80, they Jordans.
It didn't matter the sneakers, right? So, I didn't get them, and my brother had me embarrassed. I had to wear my father's. He wasn't in America at the time. He had these like Tim shoes. They weren't Timberlands, they was shoes. I cried my ass off. Oh, man.
Yeah, I don't mean to be laughing at your pain, but yeah.
Spring break. If you remember, the Jordans came out spring of '96. And I went back and I just the first thing everybody did at school was just look at your feet, and I was just crying. I put my head because I was the jokester, the clown. Even though I didn't have stuff, I knew how to joke with everybody and joke on somebody. Yeah, you talk about my clothes, but I talk about how you can't spell. So like so that's me. I use my smarts, right? So I use that to get through. But everybody was joking on everybody. But the Jordan this thing, man, for like a week, and my brother, I thought I was getting a hookup, whatever. But I don't even know how I got into that. But it was more like the sneakers thing was like now she got sneakers galore, and and I always said I don't want to be that father to get her all this clothes, and because they don't really know what it is until they get older and whatever. But even now you can get away with the non-name brand, and you'd be cool, and especially as a girl, so yeah, I remember that story. And then even I just think my mother would learn from that. I got to Midwood, and again, my sister felt sorry for me. She bought me sneakers. I went from like a 10 to a 12. And I remember crazy gluing my sneakers together and holding my feet back so it wouldn't. I'm walking on the junction. Oh, this is my freshman year.
You probably supposed to be a size 14 right now.
You might be right, son. So I'm holding my feet back freshman year. And then after that, my brother, he was just throwing me sneakers from wherever, and I was good. And I would get sneakers from the basketball team. I remember taking one from another player. Like, it was getting that serious, but I want her to know these stories.
Nah, you right, man. Like I remember I got a pair of sneakers, the Grant Hills with the outline on them, right? Remember those?
Felines.
And my grandfather bought them for me. I said, give me a size 12.
You're not even a 12 now.
I'm not a 12 now. But I was like, my feet keep growing, like they're gonna grow. So just get me a bigger size so that I grow into them. And I never grew into a size 12. So I remember taking socks and putting them to the front of the shoe so that my foot wouldn't fall out the shoe. Yeah. But it's just so much stuff like that.
Yeah, and it's like, how do you even convey that to someone who could just go on Amazon herself? She probably know how to order Amazon herself almost soon.
She probably do, but she don't got Amazon.
Yeah, and it's just like, I could just go get $60 sneakers right now, or she probably don't even care about name brand. She want the Encanto sneakers.
That's the thing. Like, she's into she likes name brands, but not the expensive ones. Like, she wears Converse and sneakers and stuff like that. Like,
yeah, but it's not like she on Kicks, what is it, Kick Solo or something like that, or yeah, one of those, and you ordering rare sneakers, and it's like, growing up now, like, did you find yourself trying to catch up to what we used to miss?
Oh, for sure. Yeah, all of the Jordans and sneakers. I always like sneakers, but I have way too many to count.
Yeah, you got more. My mother always go, you have 2 feet. How are you going to wear all these sneakers?
It's true, man. Like, I find myself, my rule is I have to wear each pair of sneakers at least one time a year, which sounds crazy, but that's the only thing I go overboard with. But yeah, like, there was a time where it was like the clothes and the belt buckles with the name brands, the Rockaware name on it, like whatever it was. I was always like, oh, I got to get this because I ain't have it before. But yeah, it's true, man. You start chasing that stuff, but then you realize, like, oh, who cares?
Do you ever think what that looks like to a kid as a dad? Like, my father liked nice suits for church suits, and he would put that crease in, all the time with ironing. Like, that was his thing. Sneakers, he got it for us. I remember he came home with the $100 for my brother. My brother really knew how to really ride him to get what he wanted. Nintendo, this and that. I just never got into that stuff, but he came on with this $100 Air Challenger SC. I will never forget. See, my memory.
Challenger. Who sneakers was?
Andre Agassi.
Oh, I remember those.
Not the Agassi's, like, I'll put them up on the screen.
The multicolored ones?
They had, those were dope. But they had one, they've never come out back with these. I remember up until my brother passed, I was trying to get him them. You will never find these. I'll put them on the screen. And if I could even find them on Google. But he bought them from around where Tom, Dick, and Harry is in what's that, not Bushwick? Yeah, over there on Broadway in Brooklyn. Came home, my mother said, what the hell are you doing, basically? But in Yoruba, like, arguing. No, not arguing. My father didn't argue. She just got it from him. Like she just listened. I mean, he just listened. So to her just going off, like, look at what this represents. Like, it was like a threshold that was broken in our house. Like, my older brother would buy stuff, but you got to watch back then what you buy and who, you know, Triple Fat Goose and the best Nikes and Jordan. Everything was Jordans. So he bought those for my brother, and it was like, oh, man. And my mother was like, yo. But he's like, oh, he asked. He got to keep them, but he ran them down too because my mother was like, that was the last time. Because she didn't like what it represented. She didn't like, you know, it was just, but then we found out growing up, me and him, like we tried to catch up. We tried to catch up, which I'm trying to figure out as a dad. You know, I mean, mom and dad, but I told her I'm in charge of the sneakers because my kid not gonna be wearing no Air Wax, you know. So, but how do I not do that? Trying to catch up through her, like I went through the phase I still do, of trying to buy a bunch of sneakers I never had, but I thought it was dope. But how do like now she's got Nike sneakers, you know, like how do we like pull back on trying to catch up?
I mean, she gonna have her own style at some point, right? Right now, you buy her clothes or whatever, but one day she gonna be like, "Oh, daddy, I don't like these. I want these, whatever." So that kind of happened to me, and it was with the Jordan 11s. The Concord 11s came out in 2017 or 18, something like that. I remember they came out. I was on the sneakers app. I was waiting for them to drop, and I got a pair for me, got a pair for my wife, got a pair for my daughter.
Damn, you got the best sneaker app right there.
I be getting lucky on that app. So they came, right? So I put them on the floor. I was like, Amina, come look at these sneakers. These are my favorite sneakers. And I got you a pair. She opens the box. She pulls them out. She looks at them. And she just throws them. It starts laughing. And that was like where it triggered with me. I was like, oh, I don't need to do this. Yeah. She doesn't know what these are. She doesn't care. And I'm never doing this again.
Yeah, it shows the value of value. Like if I brought those to Nigeria, they would wear them because they value them as having something, sneakers, like there's something on their feet, shoes. Yeah. If I brought those to us in America or certain communities, like especially online or whatever, it's like, oh, these are worth whatever. You know me. You know my famous sneakers I got now that I will never touch. My Jordan 8s, right? That are...
What year did you buy?
I bought those and I'm going to get them real quick.
No, it's not those.
Not those.
It's not those. They still in the box that they were shipped in.
All right. So, in December 2017, the Jordan 8s came back out, the black and red, the bunnies, right?
They are in the finish line box.
Finish line still around?
They are, but why? Like, this is the box that they were shipped in?
This is the box they were shipped in. You can see the tracking number. You can't see the tracking number anymore.
Yo. This is wild. Why are you doing this?
They came to the door slip. And they didn't think. And
have they seen the light of day before?
Yeah, they have. 1992, I think, is when these came out, something like that. And I remember I was playing baseball. I played for the Bonnies, right? And a guy's girlfriend, because there was a clubhouse, so we played baseball. I was young. She walked in with them, and it was like, oh.
I heard that sound before with the 11s. It's the same sound.
So I knew I would never get these. I knew they were radical looking, and my mom would never, like, it would never happen. Kids on my team would have them. I said, if these ever come out, I'm going to get them, and I'm never wearing them ever. I have a pair of Jordan 8s, the Aquas, right? Can you get that for me, please? Look, it's right there. I had those, and I wear those, but I said the black and red ones. Thank you very much.
You toss it.
These I wear. These came out in like 2015. You can see they whatever. Yeah, they came out a couple of times. These will never be worn. I don't think these will ever be worn. They look fresh as hell.
You know what's gonna happen to them, right?
And now you and our good friend Omar. Oh, I even got a 10% coupon. You think this is still valid?
What's the expiration date? Yo,
I don't know.
there's no expiration. You should use it.
Order what you want online. They had online back then when I bought it. And this coupon is good for, it doesn't, through April 30th, 2008. So I said I'll never wear these. I got to put them in plastic or something.
Hold them up. I gotta take a picture of these.
And I said I would never, because that's how much I worshiped Nike. They got me. Nike got me because it was the holy grail for me. Anything Nike. And the commercials, this and that. And then I said, damn, I don't want to be that father. I don't want to be like that. But they got me so bad, sneakers and their brand, that I was no other brand. But Jordan. Everything was like, yo, you gotta have these sneakers, and that's how bad it is. I don't even know what they're worth. Maybe they're worth a lot, maybe they're worth a little because these are retro, but I don't know how to even explain. I don't know how. We always talk about brands. McDonald's, they got our kids. Disney, we all gonna go to Disney World one day, right? Like, how do we break that or don't break that? How do we explain this to kids? Because if I give this to Mina right now, if I give this to
she would throw them around. But I do, yeah, I saw it. I do explain to her that a lot of what we see is advertising. So she said to me one time, she started like talking like a commercial, and there was something she saw like a YouTuber saying. And I said, that's a commercial, right? She's like, what you mean? It wasn't a commercial. Like, this person was saying that. I was like, yeah, they got paid to tell you that. And now you believe it to be true. So like somebody, like there's always a branding aspect to something. And it's not a bad thing. You might like a brand. Like, I like shirts from Banana Republic. So whatever, it's a good brand. I'll always go there to get like t-shirts. But don't get something just because it's a brand. Get it because you want it or because you like it.
And it probably was all gonna go out the window because I got friends with kids now. The trends, we were talking about the girls' hairstyles. They wear the, what's it called, lace front. That's what's gonna. It's just, America is built on commercialism and money and things. It will be something we think is crazy, but they probably thought wearing triple fat gooses. If our kids, we told them, yo, we used to wear this coat with a goose on it. They like, what's that? Like, like that doesn't make any sense. Or
Evisu jeans with the thing on the butt.
Yeah, or the race car jackets. Like that's just what it was, the style. So being that father, I'm trying to, I don't know if erase those things or get them out, but they're going to go through, I guess we got to realize they're going to go through their fads and peer pressure and all that stuff. And we just gotta let it ride. It's just going, get your American Express ready.
Nah, that's how it is. I mean, I think as kids, especially like when you probably like a teenager, like your world, like your like whatever's going on around you is your world, and you think it makes all the difference, like what sneakers you have or what clothes you're wearing. And then I guess it takes some years to realize that it didn't matter and it doesn't
matter. But just to say all of that, if y'all look at this man's feet right now, Wu-Tang for the kids.
Wu-Tang for the kids. Like I love hip hop and Wu-Tang's one of my favorite groups. Then these came out, I actually paid a little bit more than I was supposed to, because I went to the Croc store to get them retail. They didn't have my size. They had like size 4.5. I'm like, ain't no kids care about Wu-Tang. But I found them on whatever app or site I found them on. But I wear these all the time. They're comfortable. They easy to put on.
Yeah, and if you find me, I have Crocs, but they don't have Wu-Tang on it. I got them from Amazon, baby. Water shoes. But I think I can now. How long did it take you to say, I think you said you had your breakthrough moment when she just threw the stuff to the side? Yeah, I think after missing the first pair of sneakers or whatever I missed, now it's just like, I'll go to Nike's. It's like, he's just thinking of rubber and this, but I own it. I finally get them, and it's like, I'd rather see the wife wear something dope. I like her wearing nice sneakers, or yeah, that's really it. But it's nothing. I don't think there's one pair of sneaker. Maybe clothes for you. You like clothes.
I wear the most basic looking clothes. Everything is solid colors, no logos, no logos, no nothing.
It's amazing how we evolved as fathers.
Yeah, I think they make fun of the guy, like the old man that wears the Air Monarch.
Yeah.
Comfortable.
Shout out to the Air Monarchs, right? I always take a picture. I see it in public and send it to y'all. But
I'm sure they're comfortable shoes. That's why people wear them.
You know, the funny thing is, as a dad, this is crazy. I'm not a label guy or whatever. I like stuff. How me, you, and the guys send stuff from Costco to each other.
Yo, if Costco got an $8 t-shirt, we all like, yo, you need to go get these.
But imagine when we went to school in the 90s and you got something from a Costco. Yo, this dude.
You got the Kirkland signature, son.
Yo, imagine that. And now I'll be like, yo, Lito, Costco got t-shirts, whatever. And Kirkland's a good brand. But you sent me in Omo the other time. And I said, yo, you lying.
From Costco?
Yeah, you lying. They ain't selling it because I went there. What was it again?
I can't even remember. It had to be like, what was it? Levi's jeans?
No, it wasn't Levi. It was something. And I was like, I went there too. And it's like, it's not there. Or whatever it was. It's like, yo, I could get a $1.50 glizzy from the same place I get my I could get I'm a father, and I could get a $1.50 glizzy from the same place I buy my t-shirts, socks. I got a bunch of Puma socks in the drawers, and I'm buying turkey in the same place. I'm buying wholesale dates for my yogurt, and I'm buying a tracksuit.
Don't sleep on the salmon either.
Oh yeah, I don't eat fish, so she does.
Salmon with the butter, the garlic butter.
Yeah, and I can buy my socks for the winter, and they got them next to this, and then I could buy a refrigerator, a freezer. I showed her the freezer earlier.
This guy is like,
but think
in
about
the zone right now.
How much I don't care now as a father. And then I'm gonna look down. I'm not gonna look down on her when she's older. I'm gonna be like, why she like this? And then fill in the trend. Like right now, the girls with the hair, whatever. But it's like, or whatever it is now. Like I'm gonna look like, but like Jay-Z said, don't act like Tupac had a nose ring too, or like old dudes. Like y'all know what it is.
You're gonna be the one like Jordan.
Like why you want that? And then it's like, how do I, and then you got it too. That's the other thing.
That's the difference from your parents, right?
You got it. My mother had a great built-in excuse. She did not have it, and I didn't understand that until I started understanding money. And I thank her. Like when I talk to her now, one time I said, thank you for like showing me like this stuff is not important. And all she said was, can't you buy all that stuff now? like they recycle the same sneakers. I got the retro. Yeah, and it's like, thank you for showing me that stuff really wasn't important, but at the time we thought it was. And not to say parents that do that, their kids are gonna end up here, there, everywhere. Like it's not like that, but it's just how we evolved to see that where our parents were coming from, with the sneakers and the name brands and stuff like that, and how much we looking at our kid now. She threw your sneakers, son. But you thought you was doing something when you gave it to her.
I thought so. It's like, yo, that sound was playing when I handed her the box. Oh, and she was just like, no. Ooh. Those look nice. You like it? What you think? Pick it up. Hey! Yo! Go pick it up. Let me see. I want to see your sneakers. You gonna throw the box too? You foul.